The chicken kebabs are grilled under a very hot grill on a skewer, and it's important that the meat is chopped smaller than your choice of vegetables so that the vegetables don't lose water too quickly. They are very watery and the vegetables will shrink with the evaporation of water from them. So chop the meat smaller than the actual vegetables that you choose. Here I've chopped the meat very small so that it cooks quickly, but on the actual piece you'll see they're a little bit bigger because I've got time to actually grill them for a little bit longer. So the size of the chicken pieces matter. Make sure you wash your hands at every stage of handling the raw meat. This is a foil vessel that will hold all the juices for me as I transport things to the grill and back. The marinade is a mixture of oil and flavouring, but more importantly, acid, which breaks down the protein and makes it tender. That's the point of a marinade, to actually keep the chicken moist and succulent. Then you start to skewer onto skewers that have been soaked for at least an hour so they don't burn under the grill. And I start with a piece of vegetable as a sort of hilt of the sword, so that I don't have the meat near the end. And then you skewer alternatively with whatever meat and veg choices. And you can see the veg here is quite big because it will shrink down and the water will evaporate, and it will take the same amount of time then as the chicken. It's better to marinate for 12 hours in the fridge overnight. This is a very quick one that has been marinated with a very strong flavoured liquor. So the recipe below is for 2 skewered kebabs, but you will probably end up with bits of chicken and vegetables left over from the skewer. So you can put that onto the actual vessel and cook it loose and not on the skewer. So skewers are pointy at one end and blunt at the other, and you need to be very careful how you skewer it on so that you don't accidentally poke into your fingers that will have lots of salmonella on them. Once you've skewered them, then wash your hands really well so that you can then handle the vessel without hands that have got salmonella or campylobacter on them. And then wipe your area clear and get rid of any bits of meat juices or equipment that have had meat juices on them. So here it's ready to go into the grill. It's a hot grill with heat coming from the top. And you want the pointy end at the back and the blunt end where you're going to be able to rotate them near you. Put oil on the vegetables to protect them. The meat already has that in the marinade. And then put them under a hot grill about 6 inches away from the heat, and make sure that the foil vessel isn't touching the element. And then every 3 minutes you're going to pull them out and add water to the end of the skewer to cool it down so that you can handle the skewer and turn them and rotate them every 3 to 4 minutes until you get a charred result, which you then skewer the meat with a meat probe to make sure it says 75 degrees Celsius. And the other way to do it is to check that the meat is completely opaque and white in the middle, but a skewer meat probe is much, much safer. Then this can be served on a bed of salad, or here I've got it on rice, and you take it off the vessel and remove it from the skewers and serve it with a drizzle of the marinade that hadn't touched any of the meat. Or you can serve it with a sauce or a salad. The recipe options in the description below also show health and safety tips for handling raw meat.